Movie Chats.
Hello everybody, you alright? Welcome back to Cooking the Haydens, and I'm Car Boot Chris. No, I'm not Car Boot Chris, I'm just Chris today. That is my alter ego. This is how life gets complicated when you have multiple things going on at once. But today I'm Chris, just normal Chris. Now, I've got a feeling my internet might be a bit dodgy, so I might have to just switch my internet in a minute, but let's just see how it goes. Welcome back to Movie Chats. This is our third live show. We've got a couple of guests coming on shortly. Tonight's show is all about Netflix, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because there are some ugly on Netflix too. So we're going to talk about everything as much as we can about Netflix, what current movies there are and stuff going on. Give you some recommendations if you guys subscribe to Netflix, and some things maybe you don't want to watch because they're that bad. There's not many, to be fair. There's not many. And I'm going to introduce a new little thing to this Movie Chats. I've got a special selector wheel to introduce, and I'll tell you a bit more about that a bit later on. Now then, let's just see who's in the chat. Now, do let me know, please, what the picture is like. If it's bad, I'm gonna flick over. I'm gonna flick over to my other internet, because actually I've just realized I didn't start the show on my normal what do you call it, network connection, whatever. So it's probably going to cause problems. Let me just see. How is it at the moment? Let me know. And I'm just going to have a look now and see how it's looking on here. I mean, it's looking okay. I'm wondering whether I should just flick across now before it all goes tits up, because you know it will. I mean, that's what's going to happen. I hope you like the backdrop today as well. With it being Netflix, we've got Cobra Kai in the backdrop. So yeah, let's just, before I flick channels, let's see who we've got in. Hi Leanne, hope you're doing all right. Hi Chris in chat. Jason's in. Hi Jason. Yeah, Jason's given us a good he's given us a recommendation for a film to watch, which I'll flick on and talk about a little bit later on. Gunzo G, hello, good evening. Goat Jazz is here. Wax on, yeah, nice one. Oliver Ian, I'm assuming you're traveling home, because Steve will be on shortly. Night's Life is here. Hi. Larna, Nicole, Leanne. Oh, I just said Leanne, didn't I? Picture's fine. At the moment, I'm using the broadband, and you know it's never going to end well using the broadband. Annabelle's downstairs saying seems okay at the moment. Tried to get Annabelle to come on tonight and have a chat with you lot. Not in here, but on her own, like as a guest. There's not much room in here by the time I've got the green screen up. So, yeah, but she's too chicken. So, all good for me. Hi, Belle. You're yeah, your tight husband, didn't you buy your Harry Potter chocolate yogurt car boot? Unbelievable. It was £3. You think I haven't made her money? Bloody hell, she's not even watched that video. You know what? I was waiting to see how long it would take before she clocked that little bit, because she's not seen that footage. I know about it. No, you don't. How? She doesn't know. She's talking out of her ass. She reckons she knows, but she doesn't. She hasn't watched it. So it was a test to see how long it would take for her to notice, and she hasn't noticed yet. Hi, Laura. And we're at the bottom of the chat. So, okay, we've got a few now. I think. Oh, I've got Steve in the back. I didn't even see you there, Steve. Sorry. Steve Jackson's down here in the green room, right below my finger. There it is. Okay, so let's bring him on. You don't know Annabelle. No, you don't. You've got no idea. Oh, I don't like that view. I like that one. There we go.
There we go. Evening all, you okay?
We're good.
Good, good.
How are you doing? Where's Larna tonight?
She's downstairs tonight watching in the living room.
Right.
So yeah. We'll be
We'll have
laughing
to
at
bring
us
her
now.
on one time. We'll have to bring her on, and she can come on as another window as a guest.
Yeah, I don't know what her view is on what we do. She was laughing at Belle on Monday for laughing at us for calling it movie club. Because Larna takes the mickey out of me for doing my homework for movie club.
Well, exactly. I mean, they just don't understand, do they?
However, I have got a confession.
What? You've not watched The Walking Deceased, have you?
I watched the trailer for it, but I thought this isn't for me. It's shit. So I didn't watch.
I tell you what, it's not that bad. I quite liked it. It's quite funny.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for Steve to come on and see if he's watched it.
Okay, no problem. I'm shy. Is she shy? She's not shy, is she?
Yeah, she doesn't like big groups of people.
Well, yeah, I know.
I think we were one of the few couples when lockdown happened. It didn't actually affect us too much. So,
and to be honest, Lana, I'm much the same. I might not look like it, but sort of off when this comes off, I'm not a big groups of people type person. It takes if I've got 6 people on the screen here, it takes everything I've got to keep it in one piece. To be honest with you, yeah, I'm not massively sociable, believe it or not, and I try to go out of my comfort zone because I know it's the right thing to do sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, Steve, I might flick over because this is going to go tits up. I didn't switch to my other network before I started, and I'd already started the stream, so I didn't want everyone to land on an empty screen while I was messing about. So can you just entertain the crowds for about 10-15 seconds while I flick?
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure you can. I'm just going to go, and it'll kick me out, and then I'll come back in. So just give me a second. And I just hope I'm not out of the frying pan into the fire.
Okay, no worries.
Right, I'm going.
Just while Chris is swapping his internet over, what have you guys been watching on Netflix this week? We set you guys a bit of a task as well to get as much of it watched as you can, so you can join in the chat this evening. So if we can just see what you guys have been watching. See, I love Suits. I can watch that all over again from like the first episode through. On that basis, have you guys seen White Collar, which is like the FBI version of it?
Right, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Am I back on? All right.
Yeah, you're back on now. Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Steve. Sorry, I dropped you in the deep end there, didn't I? Sorry about that.
All right. No worries.
What was everyone saying?
Well, I asked them what have they been watching on Netflix. Wow, because we set them some homework, didn't we, where they can watch as much Netflix as they can. They can join in the chat this week.
Yeah.
Night's Life says his wife's been watching Suits. Now I love Suits. Love Suits. There's the FBI version of it with White Collar, where they have you seen that one, Chris?
No.
So it's like an FBI agent that does like counterfeits and stuff like that, and he brings a person out of prison to help him with forgery and stuff like that. So that's quite good. If you like Suits, you like White Collar.
It could be worth a try. That something when we've run out of stuff to watch, maybe.
Yeah.
Goat Jazz says nothing. I prefer DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Larna says 93 days. What's that mean?
93 days. Do you know, like Contagion and Outbreak, which is like that type of film? 93 days is how Nigeria dealt with the Ebola virus.
Oh, okay.
So if you like your B movies, it's like a B movie version of Contagion.
Right. That could be worth a watch. I quite like films like that.
Yeah, it's got Danny Glover in it. There's not many known actors in it, but it's like Danny Glover and stuff like that. But it's how they dealt with the Ebola.
I'm about to start. Oh God, you can keep that one. I'm not into that. She watches all these fantasy series. Like she watches.
There's no harm in that.
You know what's that one? Once Upon a Time with Robert Carlyle in it as Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah. I can't get into it. My green screen here is better than that on Once Upon a Time. Everything is green screen. Every time I look up to watch it, it's like it's the worst green screen stuff ever. What's that? My wife is in love with Harvey Specter.
Harvey Specter's one of the main characters from Suits.
Right. I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt says he's just finished Ozark. You see, we started watching that and we kind of got lost a bit halfway through. We never finished it. Have you seen it?
No. Is that the one where all the women fancy the main actor? Is that why they were all watching it? Or is that something else?
That might be something else. I mean, I'm not sure that the main actor is like anything like amazing, but yeah, I got a bit lost with that Ozark.
Yeah.
S. Gordon says, me and my partner watched a video Chris was doing at a car boot and he recommended The Detectorist. Just what? Oh, it's brilliant, that series. Love it. Have you ever seen that, Steve?
Is that the one with the metal detector?
Yeah.
I remember you recommending it when you bought your metal detector.
It's such a light-hearted, sort of warm sort of series. It's a really nice series that you should watch it with Mackenzie Crook as kind of the lead man. It's really nice. It's a nice series that I think. Yeah, I won't. I was going to say something about the ending, but I won't say
it. Are you putting your spoilers alert up for this one then, Chris?
Oh yeah. Spoiler alert, everybody. You never know what we might say during this stream. Sometimes we talk about endings, but I'll try not to. It's a bit hard when you're describing films and what to watch and stuff without actually giving too much away.
Yeah.
Oh. Robert Carlyle is a great actor, yeah. I'm not sure how he ended up with that part in Once Upon a Time. It just doesn't really seem to sit right, but there you go. Oh,
well,
Jason.
He did a few TV series, didn't he, Robert Carlyle? Because he came out of Stargate Universe and stuff like that, didn't he? He did a few bits. So he's probably just fell into it.
Yeah. Oh, he is good though. I mean, he's at his best in the gritty British sort of films,
like the Full Monty.
Yeah, he's good in that, isn't he?
Was he in 51st States with Samuel L. Jackson? Because he filmed that in Liverpool, didn't he? Parts of it was filmed in Liverpool.
I don't remember. Don't remember if it was or not. Ozark is amazeballs, says Jason. So yeah. I think it started off well, and then we kind of lost it a little bit, and we never gone back to it. I think we watched I think there's about 3 seasons at the moment, or something like that. I think we've got through like 1.5. If you're not like reaching for it as soon as you go on Netflix, right? Let's watch the next one. We tend to drift away from it. Like at the moment, we're literally bashing The Fall.
No, we're a couple of episodes into that. I think we're about the third one in. We haven't watched any recently.
When we started that, Annabelle was like, I really want to watch it, and people had recommended it. But I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this one. But once we got like 2 episodes in, like we were watching like 3 a night or something.
Well, we did the same with Line of Duty. We caught Line of Duty late. It was about 2 seasons in, 3 seasons, or the third season was just starting. So we ended up binge watching all of that, and the latest one's coming out soon, isn't it? Series 5 just hit Netflix. Line of Duty. So if you haven't seen any of it, that's worth watching.
Thingy was good as well. We watched it like every night until we'd done with it. What was it's not Netflix. Gangs of London.
No, I haven't seen any of that. That's
good. That's really good. Let's see what else we've got in here.
Larna just mentioned the film there, the Life of David Gale. Do you know, last week we were talking about like autobiography type of films and films based on true stories and stuff like that. If you're interested, David Gale was a university professor. He also was a member of Death Watch over in America, where they tried to stop all the life sentences and stuff like that. And it's based on him. So without going into it in any more detail and ruin the film, you've got to go and watch that one.
Yeah, I might have to try and pick that up.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery does start tomorrow.
Oh, you'll be watching that, I guess?
Yeah, of course. It's on maybe my
Can you watch it all at once, or is it one a week, or what?
No, it's going to be one a week.
Yeah. Do you prefer that, or would you rather have the option of bashing it?
I prefer to binge watch it because, like I say, Larna does 2 into it, but like 2 in 6 off. So that 2 days where she's in work, I can get through a full series of whatever. While she's been in work this week, I've been watching SEAL Team on Sky. That's about the American SEALs. It's got Angel from Buffy in it,
right?
And it's quite funny when you see one of the other characters, then you realise he was who he was in previous films, because he has beefed up. There's 20 episodes in that series. So I've managed to get through them all in 2 days, so it's not bad.
Have you watched The Boys? Someone else mentioned this to me, but I've not seen it yet. I did look it up the other day.
I love the first season. I love the first season, but my 30-day free trial of Amazon sort of ran out, and I'm not paying for another subscription series channel.
No, don't blame you. Jason says, I like one a week, gives you something to look forward to. Yeah. You kind of get that. I mean, obviously, there's ways and means of watching whatever you're, watching some things all at once if you don't want to wait. But like The Walking Dead, the new series of The Walking Dead. Did you watch that new one?
Was this the Life Beyond or something?
Yeah, that's it.
I haven't seen any of it. I caught the last episode of season 10 last week before we came live with you. So I haven't seen any of because the second one's out now, isn't it? The second one of the 6.
I think so. Yeah, we haven't watched that one yet because it's one of them where you've got to wait to watch each one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with the last episode of The Walking Dead.
No, it wasn't. Whether they had to sort of rush end it or whatever, but it didn't feel as dramatic as perhaps it should have been.
No, well, if it's going to launch 2 other series on the back of it, then it would have been something else. But yeah,
watch The Boys tonight.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, Chris, it's worth a watch.
All right.
It's like Amazon's version of the Avengers. But it's the superheroes just aren't super in a sense. They're not like your typical heroes.
You see, I'm not a big like superhero person really, other than certain characters I like. But
You've got Carl Urban. He plays like an FBI agent or what he should be an FBI agent, and he's hunting them down and stuff like that, and trying to find ways of killing them. And then you've got a character that likes the Flash called A-Train, and he runs through a woman by accident on his way to save somebody else and obliterates her, and she just evaporates and blood goes everywhere.
I might watch the first one and then see how it is.
Yeah.
Andrew's meant to be dealing with his office tonight.
Is that just in case he gets locked out of it if we go into lockdown next week?
Only just started watching The Walking Dead from the start. You're so lucky getting to watch it like that from the start. You can really get into it, watch a couple of episodes every night. And I loved series 1. I thought it was great. Series 1 hooks you into it.
Yeah.
And that first episode is just brilliant.
It's the bit where he meets Glenn, and he's over. I don't know how far you are, Night's Life, but you've probably got past the tank bit where he's locked in the tank. It's that stuff where you just see it just abandoned on the streets.
Yeah, it was like, when The Walking Dead first started, there wasn't really anything else like it, was there? No. There wasn't really anything zombie related going on telly, as far as I can remember. And then obviously since The Walking Dead started, there's been there's quite a few sort of different zombie related series that have come out since.
Yeah.
Mr. Diggs is in. Hey all, at work but watching again. Oh, you naughty boy. So good. This new season just ended and we were very bummed. True mark. Yeah. I was always like that when The Walking Dead came to an end, having to wait another 6 months before you got to start again.
Well, I think season 6, 7, and 8 finished on really good cliffhangers, didn't it? And then after the whole bridge thing, it just went downhill for me after that. It was just like there's nothing that.
This last there's only one season left now after this, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, the last 2 or 3 seasons have been really, really slow. Even with the Whisperers and stuff, it's been slow.
Yeah, I think they're right in sort of bringing it to an end and then moving on to the spin-offs. While don't flog it completely to death, because I think it's not far off that. The minute really Rick left, it's obviously never been the same again since.
Well, I didn't want to ruin that for Night's Life. Oh,
he knows about it, surely. He did see the spoiler alert at the start, didn't he? And it's impossible to not. Let's not talk about The Walking Dead anymore, anyway.
No, well, Night's Life just mentioned a good point there. It was the same with Prison Break when Michael died. That was the perfect way of finishing it, and then they've ran another 2 seasons since then.
I was never a Prison Breaker. I think Annabelle's watched that all the way through Prison Break, but I've never really bothered with it.
No, Fear of the Walking Dead's not something I've watched.
We've got through 3 or 4 seasons of that. I think it's up to about season 5 that now, and we do need to catch up on it. We've watched a few good ones where we are waiting for season 2. Evil is one. Walking Dead awful after season 4. I think that's a bit harsh. I think there was some really good. I think the introduction of Negan really was a great. That first season was a good season.
Season 4, was it 4 or 5 where they brought the governor in?
Oh God, now you're talking. Was season 4 the prison
Yeah.
era?
So that was the governor, wasn't it? Where they.
I think it went over 2 seasons. That really didn't it?
Yeah.
Cursed. My daughter always loved it. Sorry, Glenn was a lot of people's favourite in Walking Dead. Where's the other movie geek? Oh, he'll be along shortly. He's coming home from work. Right, I'm at the bottom of the chat, so that's good. Daryl, one of my favourite characters. Yeah, Daryl's good. Yeah. Well, Daryl basically is one of the main ones holding it together now.
Carl B just mentioned Lucifer. Have you seen Lucifer?
No.
No, you need to get Lucifer on Amazon for the first 3 seasons, and then season 4 and 5 are on Netflix. That's really, really good.
Oh, Breaking Bad. Yeah, I love that. That was one that we got hooked on really quickly. Because we were behind with that. We only watched it a couple of years. We only sort of watched it a couple of years ago after it had long gone and finished. But we just went straight through that. What I'm going to do, Steve, I've got a little idea.
Okay.
To what we can do every week. I've got this wheel of names, and Jason T. Smith, who's in the chat, sent me a link to it because I think I saw it on one of his shows, and it's like a random selector. It's a wheel thing that goes around. You input all the names on it, and it randomly selects something. So I think there's 2 ways we can use this on this movie chat show. As we're talking about like films in a show, I'll enter them into the movie selector, and at the end of the show, we'll select one of them that anyone's been talking about, and that's what we have to watch for next week.
Yeah, that sounds a really good idea.
We only have to do 1 piece of homework.
Yeah, that sounds a really good idea.
And also, so to try and decide what the subject, the loose subject is going to be for. Oh, you've gone off.
Yeah. There we go.
To try and decide what the loose sort of subject matter will be for the next movie chats, I've also got a wheel with loads of different subjects on it, and then whatever it picks out is what we'll do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The only rider to that is that we'll do a horror special for Halloween, and we'll do a Christmas themed Christmas movies one closer to Christmas. So I've not put either of those subjects on the wheel.
Okay. No, that sounds good.
That's just something different. Keeps it a bit random.
Yeah.
Got to watch Breaking Bad. Yeah, you Night's Life. I've never watched Breaking Bad. I mean, it's only the same with you guys saying, "Oh, have you never watched Prison Break or something?" But it's so good, Breaking Bad.
So I take it with your posts of your Gremlins and stuff in the Facebook group. Are you starting to get your movie stuff back out the storage? Is Bell letting you put it out again?
Not really. I've put some cabinets in. We have like a kitchen diner. Well, it's a kitchen with then a space at the end for like a dining table, which we don't have a dining table there. So in that space, I've put my gaming machine and 3 or 4 cabinets, glass cabinets with movie gear in it.
Yeah.
Everything else, because I can't get it all out. I don't have room for it. So everything else is just boxed up in the loft. So when we finally move and buy a house, hopefully sort of early next year, it'll come out for good, because I just don't want to get everything out and then pack it all away again. But we're starting. I mean, it was my birthday, so Some people bought me some stuff. I'm trying not to accumulate too much, but it's hard. No one really knows what to buy me when it's my birthday. It's like, what should we get him? You know. So we'll buy something for some movie collectible or something.
Yeah.
What's this? You could get that selector with over 100 films on it. What's that, Dave?
That's your dinner.
Oh, yeah. We could put, yeah. And
Yeah.
we'll keep adding to. We can save it from the week before. Any that didn't get selected can stay on the wheel for the next week, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
I will get him a CCC cap.
What did you? Oh, this is on my list actually because I've written down some good and bad Netflix stuff, which I'll wait until Oliver Ian turns up and then we'll start chatting properly about what's good and what's bad. But I have got El Camino on that list because I quite enjoyed it. Did you watch it, Steve?
No, I wasn't a Walking Dead. Sorry, not Walking Dead. Breaking Bad fan.
Was you not?
No, I was just reading the comments in the chat. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't a Breaking Bad fan. I couldn't get into it.
No, I thought the film was okay, albeit there's some real continuity issues that go on. I remember picking up on them at the time. It was like the continuity wasn't quite right with certain things and characters. Prison Break was one of the first TV series I watched back when it came and got watching TV series. Cool. Tori's popped in.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, I love it. What do you think, Tori? Cobra Kai. I know someone that sounds moving around really. Yeah, he's got some good stuff. I was never Sopranos. Me. Have you seen it? I bet you've seen it.
I've seen most of it.
Ah.
The first couple of seasons were really, really well. The first season and a half was really, really good. But it's just like anything, you just get used to it, don't you? You get used to the same people doing the same things. And
just watching Orange is the New Black. What's that?
It's about the women's prison, isn't it?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Me and my mate were up on Fairhead again today trying to acquire movie props from the Northman movie set, but too much security.
Trying to acquire. Sneaking under the Harris fencing.
What kind of props were you hoping to acquire, Carl? Loved it. Shame we have to wait until 2021 for the next series.
Well, that's not bad, that though, Tori, considering the first two seasons weren't actually filmed for Netflix. Season 2 was out earlier this year, wasn't it? On a different format.
Was that the Orange is the Black?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah. We did it years ago from the Game of Thrones set in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So you just rock up at these sets and then hope to kind of get some stuff. Create some distraction.
Yeah. Cobra Kai came out a few years ago, yeah. Well, season 3 is supposed to be following the script that they never used, isn't it? For Karate Kid 4, was it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I know what I've heard is going to happen. Shall I say it or not?
Well, has everyone seen Cobra Kai?
Well, has Tori watched it all now, or is she? I won't discuss it because I don't want to ruin it for people.
Yeah, but I think most people have seen it by now, haven't they?
Well, all right then. What spoilers? Turn off. What I heard was that Danny and what's his name?
Danny LaRusso and Danny and Johnny
get together because he's in a bad way after all this stuff that's gone on with the kid over the balcony.
Yeah.
And he takes him off to Japan to teach him about the Miyagi ways and stuff.
Well, do you know who the doctor's going to be for the kid with the balcony?
Who?
It's the girlfriend from the first film.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, that's her link into it, because at the end of the second series, he threw his phone on the beach, didn't he?
Yes.
And she accepted his friend's request on Facebook.
Yeah.
And when he goes to visit, what's his name now? Miguel, is it? Miguel, when he goes to visit, Miguel, then he's his physio.
Wow. Right. Oh, that's good.
That's supposed to be the link.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. Dan goes back off to Japan to find his roots about Miyagi-Do, and Johnny takes over Miyagi-Do and enters him into a competition against Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that sounds roughly right to what I do. It's going to be good, that. I mean, you always felt it was going to happen, that those two were going to end up teaming up, and because even though Johnny was like the bad guy initially, you kind of warm to him, don't you?
Yeah.
You kind of want him. You want them both to sort of get on, really, don't
you? Do you know what I loved about it was listening to Johnny's version of events from the first movie, when he sat in the car park and he's explaining why he doesn't get on with LaRusso.
Yeah.
And his version of events makes it sound like it's actually Daniel that's been the bully and the bad guy and instigating it all in his version of events.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because I guess depending on what angle you look at it from, they could both be the bad guy, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, that's kind of the same. If you think about Walking Dead, right, from a completely sort of abstract position, looking down on this thing that's going on between Negan and Rick, who is the bad guy? Who's really the bad guy?
Well, theoretically, Rick fired the first shot, didn't he?
Yeah,
when he took out those 3 outposts.
Yeah.
And Negan hadn't done anything to them yet.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, I think they do question that during the show as well, don't they? It's like, who is the bad guy here? Is it Rick or is it Negan?
Yeah.
But yeah, you could say either, really. When they're taking down the sets, they leave bits and pieces and go stealing them. Closet Geek, hi Joe. What's fantastic? Have I missed something there? I'm behind on the chat.
We asked the question if they've seen Cobra Kai, and a couple of people said they did, and it was
Yeah. Oh right, yeah. You don't know where you're up to anymore on this.
No.
What do you?
The crane kicker is illegal. Yeah, it would have been in competition.
Really? Yeah. In real competition, you can't do it.
Facial contact, isn't it? That was one of the rules they stated at the start of the D-Valley tournament. No contact to the face, and yeah.
So why didn't he get disqualified then?
Because he's the hero of the film.
He should have been booted out. It's been a theory for years that Daniel was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Was surprised that Will Smith produced it, did he?
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I think wasn't it Jaden Smith that did Karate Kid with Jackie Chan?
Oh, I can't remember that one.
Because they remade it, didn't they?
It wasn't very good, was it?
It was Jaden Smith that was in it.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. Let me show you something. I'm going to put it on the wheel. Jason. Oh, hang on, Jason. I was just about to say Jason T. Smith, and he popped up. made the remake with his kid, right?
So it was Jaden, yeah.
But Jason, let me share the screen here. Do that. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Joysticks from 1980 something, 83, I think.
No. Looks at the cover art though. It looks like it might be one I want to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing that I would watch. So, oh crap, sorry. Yeah, so Jason sent me a message saying, you like watching rubbish films, here's one for you.
Mm.
But what he defines as rubbish might be amazing to me and you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one on my wheel of names as a potential suggestion to watch. So bear with me, Joysticks. So I've got 2 on there now because I've already put one on for my recommendation for today.
Do you know the other week when we were talking about your Jurassic Park franchise, that your beloved Jurassic Park? They're all on Netflix now.
Are they?
So, the first three Jurassic World, Forbidden Planet, Forbidden Kingdom's just come on, I think. Go back and watch them all again, right? And then tell me, and then tell me I'm wrong about my comparisons to the first 3 to the 3 that they're making now. You're saying that like continuation.
You're wrong.
It's just shit remakes.
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. They are shit remakes. Go back and watch
more of that.
Go back and have a look at it and take the core elements of each of the films of the first 2 compared to the 2 that
I'm not having it. Jurassic Park is amazing.
The first 1 and 2 are Jurassic Park.
No, number 2. Number 2 is the worst one. Number 2 is the worst one.
How are you saying 2 is worse than 3?
3 is amazing. I like 3 because it's got it brings in the pterodactyls, and that's a whole different ball game.
I think we just hit your level of film here, Chris.
And what? How can you say that?
3's the worst one. 2's a good idea, and 1 was superb. However, if you watch Jurassic World and Forbidden Kingdom or whatever it was called, just remakes of the first 2.
No, they're not.
No, you go to an island, you get eaten by a dinosaur. The second one, they go to the island to rescue dinosaurs and they get loose in the city. How's that the same film?
On that basis, isn't all the Star Treks the same?
Yeah, it's all based in space on the same thing.
They go out into space, they shoot up some aliens. That's it, they're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Don't agree, because don't be like one of them that agrees just to end an argument.
You're wrong. Go back and watch them. You're all wrong. You're wrong.
Ginger Clown. I've seen the artwork for this. I've never watched the film though. Oh, Jason's just saying about that Joysticks. It took 13 days to film the movie. It looks like a typical 80s film that I would probably quite like that. Who needs walking tall? What's that? I don't know. Have I missed something there, Michelle?
What's Bailey saying there about Jurassic Park?
First Jurassic Park's amazing. 2 and oh, sorry, I've just noticed Oliver Ian is in the green room. I'll bring him on in a second. Jurassic Park is amazing. 2 and 3 are a bit. First one is the great, and the rest of them were.
I like them all. I like them all. How to bring back a dead franchise is by remaking the film and took a load of new actors in it.
Night Slice says, I had Taya Leone's wedding ring and watch from Jurassic Park 3. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'll bring you on now. So let's introduce our second guest, Mr. Oliver Ian.
All right, guys.
And you're looking a lot brighter today. Have you got a light on there?
Well, I'm downstairs because I'm looking after little one, so
Oh, okay.
she's off to the gym. So I thought I'll provide you some light.
Is that the joker you've got on there?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's a joker, I can promise you. Right, so Walking Tall is with the Rock in it.
Oh yeah, I know now. Yeah.
Is that the one where he goes back to his hometown and gets beaten up by the casino dudes?
Yeah, he's walking around with a 2x4.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they take a Stanley knife to him in the casino, and he becomes sheriff or something.
They are direct copies, the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah, of course they are.
They are. I mean, they might as well have called him a remake.
Don't side with him.
So
anyway, right.
Ruining endings for everyone for half an hour, then, Chris.
Yeah, we've ruined The Walking Dead for Nights. Is it Night's Life?
Night's Life, yeah.
Yeah, we've ruined it for him because he's only just started watching it.
Hi, Night's Life. Hey, Tori.
So we're here this week to talk about Netflix, and you know what I've noticed? The big thing that I noticed with Netflix over the last, I don't know, since the start of the year, maybe even before lockdown started, was that they went, because last year I found that Netflix, was a bit like, not much going on Netflix. There was the odd thing on there, the own show, and a few bits and bobs that were worth watching. What it is now is they not only are they making like really good quality stuff like films and series, but they have this massive back catalogue that they're opening up now, and they seem to have all these films that go on and then go off again after a few months, but they've got a massive back catalogue, and it's I think they are by far the best streaming movie sort of TV service that there is now.
See, I was thinking about this, and as regards to Netflix, I tend to watch a lot more series than I do movies.
Yeah,
I mean, I do a Netflix original. I very rarely will sit there and think, "Oh, I'll shove a movie on."
But they're getting better, the films, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's documentaries or series is particularly what I tend to watch on there, I think.
Yeah.
When I looked at it the other day, I was thinking, I mean, like Making a Murderer, what else was it? The Staircase, that new one, I think it's like The Neighbours Next Door or something. That's a good one.
The American Murder Next Door or Murderer Next Door or something.
Yeah. I mean, I knew the story anyway, but that's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
Just them sort of things is what I like to watch, I think, on there.
It's definitely good for the series. I was writing down some of the stuff, and you're right, because I was going through Netflix, and I was like making some little notes on like good movies, bad movies, good series, bad series, and the series were getting filled up, but the movies were not, because there's not as many films.
No, there's loads of films on Netflix, but you've got to scroll about 15 menus down, and about 30 across to find any of the ones that you've not seen before or aren't what I'd now class as a Chris movie.
I mean, there's loads of films on Netflix. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's loads. There's a massive back catalogue. What I was trying to look for was like mainly like either the Netflix ones or the ones that are not sort of readily available. So I was looking for those, but it's still a really good service. I mean, it's pretty good value for money as well, isn't it, when you compare it to other ones?
Well, we spoke about it the other day, didn't we? I mean, the Amazon one, you look at something and you go, "Oh, I fancy that," and then you realise it's not actually on Prime.
I know.
Whereas with Netflix, everything you see on there, there's no extra cost.
I think the good thing about Netflix is that there is complete series on there.
Yeah.
If they were to bring a series back, you get every episode They don't just bring like one series back and then take it and then bring it like season 2 of that back. It's all
Only
or nothing.
they did that though, didn't they? They had like series 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it moved to like 3 to 7 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally that's what I mean. Like you say, when you look at something like Prime, you'll go on it and it'll be like series 1 and 2 is free, and then after that it's all pay as you go sort of thing.
The worst thing Prime do is that they do episodes like 1 to 4 are free, then episode 5 you've got to pay.
How can you get away with that?
No, my youngest, he's
so naughty.
He likes watching things like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that where it's like there's only a few episodes that are actually free.
Yeah.
How can that even not be free?
Not even clue. No clue.
Yeah.
They do it with all the kids stuff as well, though. It's mental.
It's so wrong that. Mr. Diggs says they have some classic films on there at the moment. Death Wish 1 to 4, Trading Places, Field of Dreams. Yeah, they've got some great films.
They seem to have a lot of Richard Pryor movies.
Yeah.
If you go through the comedy, Richard Pryor seems to be the actor they've chose to bring his back catalogue out.
Well, they put a lot of Monty Pythons on there the other month.
I know. I've been trying to get Larna to watch The Life of Brian, but she's having none of it.
I don't blame you.
He's not the Messiah. He's a really naughty boy.
Amazon Prime is awful. We had the 30-day trial, and the only thing I wanted to watch, you had to pay for. Yeah,
but it's not even that. I noticed on the app for the iPad, there's actually a button you can press, and it'll go what's purely available on Prime. But it's just when you see something and you're like, oh, I fancy that. Because you've watched this, you may like this, and you look at it and go, oh, all right, I watched that, and then you realise $2.49, $3.50, whatever, to rent it, and it's just like, well, no, I'm not doing that.
I was quite fortunate when we had Amazon. I know this is meant to be a Netflix show, and we will get back to Netflix, but Amazon, I was quite fortunate because I got the Man in the High Castle, I got Picard, I got The Boys, we got some of the football because they put the football matches on, didn't they, towards the end of the season?
Yeah.
Everton were on quite regularly, so that was quite good for me. There was a few other little bits as well that I got to watch some of the films, caught up on me Supernatural. But like you say, the later season of Supernatural, the first 3 episodes were free, but then they wanted $2.99 an episode after that. And you're like,
I think Annabelle found the same thing with that. I think that was the last time we tried Prime because she loves Supernatural, is like her favorite series ever. And she went on Prime. She signed up to Prime, or she got a free trial, and found that you had to pay for a bloody series.
I think Michelle brings up some good points, and I don't want to ignore them. Obviously, you do get extra bits with what you pay for with the Amazon Prime. Like the deliveries and everything like that, and it is a good deal. We have it for that very reason. That and sort of watching The Boys, really. But what we're saying is that when you look at something like Netflix, you click on it, you see something you want to watch, and it's there. Yeah. You don't have to pay anything extra. With Amazon, they have a back catalogue of stuff that you can rent or you can buy, and that's just purely a frustration when you look at it and go, "Oh, I fancy watching that," or "I want to continue watching the series."
Yeah,
there's an option for you to rent it, and that's about as good as it gets.
So I just think with Amazon Prime, they should. It's great that they have the free shipping and all that stuff, because if you buy a lot from Amazon, it's worth it just for that, obviously.
Yeah.
But why even they shouldn't even advertise the fact that they've got this video on demand service, because it's just you go on it and you can't watch anything. Stir Crazy, yeah, and See No Evil.
Yeah.
They're classics, they are.
So I was saying before, Ian, that I've got this Wheel of Names thing that we're going to do every week.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do it with 2 things. I'm going to do, as we're talking about suggestions of films to watch, I'm going to populate it, and then at the end of the show, we'll spin it, and that's the film we have to watch for next week. And then also thinking about like subjects for the show. I I've populated a load of subjects on the wheel, and we'll spin it and see what comes out for the next one.
Who are you waving to, Steve?
He's going. He's got to go back to work.
Oh, take it easy, mate. Thank you.
Who's going?
Mr.
Take care.
Diggs.
Oh, Diggsy. Yeah, it's frustrating. You got to pay for stuff. Always is, isn't it?
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the quality isn't there. You know, there's some really good stuff on it.
Yeah, but you're not getting Amazon Prime. Well, I might be slightly different to you guys because you'll have Amazon Prime for your selling and your deliveries and all that. I'm getting it purely for the TV aspect. If I was to get it, I have this argument with Disney Plus at the moment, but over that Mulan thing is that I've paid X amount to get it, and you're still expecting me to pay something on top.
Yeah.
To get that.
Yeah.
It's slightly different with stuff like your Xboxes and your PlayStations and stuff like that. That's you're signing up to a monthly subscription to have access to them.
Yeah.
Those games, and you still need to buy games. But TV streaming, that's what you're paying for, especially the value of or the amount that you're paying for some of these stuff a month. You would expect it to be primarily free.
Yeah, that's all it is, really. I mean, that's the only gripe with Prime. I mean, if you order a couple of things off Prime and it comes next day delivery, you know, sort of once or twice a month, you've paid for that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so everything else is just a bonus. I mean, especially with lockdown, we ordered quite a few things for Little and for ourselves, and it obviously came quite quickly, but it didn't cost us anything on shipping. So, you know, we saved money there, but just that whole going on it and realizing you want to see something and then realizing it's not part of the package.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always been a bit of a fan of Netflix.
Martin says, does anyone know when you can rent Greenland 2020?
I don't know what Greenland 2020 is.
Nor do I, to be honest.
Would you want to rent anything with 2020 in the title at the moment?
I'm not sure, Martin, on that one. Try to maybe just Google it, I suppose. You get the answer. Larna, you do this week's homework, or you were in detention too?
You had to, didn't you? You had to. Cheers, Larna. Like, see, the thing is that I would imagine that he speaks to his wife, so she knows full well that I messaged him last night saying I've not had a chance to watch it.
To be fair,
she's literally just grassing me up.
You know what? You two are a disgrace.
We were talking about it before, saying I have not watched this film. I haven't done my homework. I'm going to be in detention.
I don't mind watching it. It's just I haven't had a chance this week.
No, well, I watched the trailer and it's your typical Chris film, so I just thought this.
It's your typical. The thing is that before he gave us that thing, had you actually seen it, Chris? Have you watched it this week?
No, I watched it. In fact, to be fair, I watched it this morning, so I was kind of last minute.
Well, there you go. So you're recommending films for us to watch, and you've not even seen them yourself.
It was fresh in his mind. He wanted to give the most objective view about it, Steve. Lally.
You know, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed that type of film, the spoof films, like your scary movies and everything else that were taking a particular movie and putting a funny thing on it. But I watched the trailer for that, and that was just ridiculous.
Right, let's talk about it.
I think I watched the trailer. I think after he told us to watch it, I think I watched the trailer. I think I know exactly what you mean. No, not okay.
Right,
don't apologise, Lana. You knew what you were doing there.
Oh yeah, I knew as soon as she put that up there.
She was grassing me up.
Yeah, she was basically. So okay, right. I watched it. No one else bothered.
Tell us about it, Chris.
So right, this is actually worth a watch. Genuinely, it is worth watching. It is quite funny. There's actually some laugh out loud moments in it where it's genuinely funny. So basically, it's not just a spoof of The Walking Dead. It's mainly The Walking Dead, but it also has elements of Zombieland.
I'll take care. Bin boot sale picking. Take care, mate.
And so Zombieland, and what's that other one? Warm Bodies. So it's
yeah, I did think that when I saw the trailer.
Yeah, it's like those 3 films all mashed up. Those 3, film series all mashed up. But it's quite good. So I would say give it a watch. But it's very short. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. So just as
your movies are,
it kind of ends.
That's when the budget finishes, isn't it?
Finishes though. An hour and 20 minutes.
That's the end of the budget.
Yeah, exactly.
They all seem to be around that sort of. We're not getting a 3-hour rubber film, thank God.
No.
It's obviously got a reasonable budget because the effects are decent in it.
Is that why you think? Is that why you think Jurassic? Is that why you think Jurassic World's a good film? Because your concentration span's only an hour and 20 minutes.
Most of the Jurassic Park films are at least 2 hours. So I would say you two need to watch this, and we should carry this homework over to the next week.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely watch it.
Okay, yeah.
It's only an hour and 20 minutes of our lives.
I'll watch it tomorrow during my conference call.
I promise.
We've only wasted about 4 hours so far, Steve.
Yeah.
I promise you, there is some laugh out loud moments in it where are genuinely funny moments.
Right. Okay.
It is nowhere near as bad as what you think.
See, Matt Davis there watched it for 20 minutes and give up. Couldn't take any more.
No, we haven't Night Life. I was going to watch that. I've got it to watch.
Oh, I've seen Cockneys and Zombies. Yeah, it's not bad.
Was that an hour and 20 minutes as well, Chris?
Hey, tell you what, I got £3 for that film when we traded it into CEX.
You robbed them.
See, I could have saved you 17 minutes if you just watched the trailer.
Right, back to Netflix. Right, so I've written down some stuff that I think is quite good on Netflix, and some that not so good. So
how many of them are films? How many of them are films?
Less than the series. Right, so I'll do films first. Right, so these are the films that I've watched reasonably recently that I thought were quite good. Yeah. Room.
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen that?
Well, I've got it. I've not watched it yet.
Panic Room.
No, it's not even the same, is it?
No, there's one where there's the girls like held captive and in the room through growing up and ends up having a baby in there and all sorts.
All right, okay.
It's quite good.
The trailer looks good. I bought it. I've not got around to watching it.
Yeah, Larna, make notes of these, and we can avoid them.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
not to watch?
Murder Mystery is the Adam Sandler one.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed that. It was all right.
That's on my list.
Your save list.
Yeah.
Project Power.
Okay.
You seen that?
That's the one where they take the pill and get the special powers, isn't it? Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's on my list to watch.
That's decent. Eurovision.
Amazing.
It's trust me, Steve. It is well worth a watch. It's funny. It's funny.
No, I thought I watched the trailer of it and I got dead excited and I thought, this is one that Larna's going to watch, and we can sit down, have a nice popcorn evening and whatever else. I put the trailer on for it and she went, that's shite. Now that's her
Don't
type
show
of
her the trailer next time.
That's her type. No, I thought it'll be good for her to watch, but it's not my type of comedy at all. I generally detest Wolf Owl.
Michelle, I agree with you. Good.
I liked Eurovision. I wasn't expecting a lot from it, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. Bird Box.
Is that Natalie Portman?
It's the Sandra Bullock one, isn't it? Bird Box.
No, it is. You're right. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock. Where they go blindfolded.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hi, Queenie. Yep. She loves Eurovision as well.
And also El Camino, the one with the Breaking Bad
Amazing.
film. I enjoyed it, but there were some continuity problems in it, but you have to ignore that.
Well, I watched that at like 1 minute past 8 in the morning when it was released. That was like straight off the bat. Kept reloading it until it come on.
Yeah.
I watched that all the way through. It was brilliant.
Yeah, based on a true story, Brie Larson led character, good film. See, everyone's saying they like Eurovision. Project Power was good if you like The Boys. Oh, okay. All right. That gives me something to go off. Right, here's only 2 films I could think of that I'd watched on Netflix that I wasn't keen on. One was The Circle.
I haven't seen that. Is that Tom Hanks?
Pierce Brosnan, isn't it?
Let me look it up to be sure who was in it. It's got Emma Thompson. No, not Emma Thompson. The from Emma.
Tom Hanks. Is it Tom? It's not Tom Hanks, is it?
But Tom Hanks did one called The Circle. What didn't he? And then there was a film, The Circle.
I think, did he have a relatively small part in it?
Probably. It was probably one of those where he was like the main header on the front, but he was in it for about 5 seconds.
Like Steven Seagal in Executive Decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Tom Hanks, but he wasn't in it much. I don't think. No. Emma Watson. That's it. But anyway, just avoid it. It's the bottom line. Load of shit.
That's probably quite good then, Steve. We'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, that'll be the best one on there.
Yeah. We need 2 levels in this, don't we? Chris could be like the Rotten Tomatoes one, and then we could be the one that you can actually listen to.
Yeah, about right.
Bird Box was a disappointment. Just finished The Haunting of Blam. No, I won't bother watching that one then, Queenie. Thanks for that. And the other one I was going to say isn't very good. I didn't think it was very good. Was Fractured.
Fractured. Have I seen that?
Let me just look it up to check who was in it. But I didn't rate it. 2019, yeah, that's the one.
I can't even remember if I've seen that.
It was a bit of a weird sort of storyline. Kind of keeps you guessing till the end what the hell's going on. This kid gets arm broken or something, and then ends up in hospital, and it goes very, very weird. It's very difficult for me to say anything else without ruining the storyline, because it's a bit one of them where it might not be as you think it is. It's a bit. You know how in kind of like The Sixth Sense, for example.
Can we just put a spoiler alert out for that?
Yeah, let's
you kind of get let down a path.
Yeah.
Hey.
So let's not give the ending away.
Yeah.
It's a movie that's about 15-year-old.
Right, and I'll rattle through these quickly, and these are some of the series that we like. So I've already mentioned The Fall. Travels with My Father, which is hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai, of course. Lock and Key.
Now, I loved that. I thought that was really, really good, Lock and Key.
I enjoyed it.
They're making a second series of that, aren't they? But they're not making Oktoberfest. October... What's it called? October Faction. That was the other one, but they're not making a second series of that one.
Oh, right. I hope they're doing another Lock and Key, because I did enjoy that.
Yeah, they're doing another Lock and Key, yeah.
Stranger Things. I love that.
I binge watched season 1 to 3, and I was waiting for it to get to the good bit that everybody talks about, and it never happened.
I kind of know. I like it a lot, but I think it could have been better.
It's like 3 or 4 episodes with nothing happening. It's really, really slow, and then go into the upside down for an episode, and then they're back into 3 or 4 episodes and nothing happens again.
What else have I got on here? Now, I don't know if...
Definitely, Michelle. Money Heist.
Have you watched... Money Heist was good. Yeah, it was. Have you watched any of those 60 Days In series?
Yes.
I quite enjoy watching them. We've kind of binge watched a few of them. Where they get members of the public volunteer to go into these prison scenarios for
That's
60
like, is that
days.
like the I want to say the Philadelphia prison experiment, but it's not that. It's something else. There was a prison experiment in like the 70s. Oh, the Stanford prison experiment. They basically over a unit, one of the unis in America, like over the summer, they did like an experiment and had like these group of adults, really young adults, and they had half of them were guards and half of them were cons. And what they did is they converted one of the halls in this uni into a prison because they wanted to see how they'd react, and they'd ask them at the start, like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a prisoner or do you want to be a guard? And literally they just flip them about, so they didn't know who they were until they got there. And then you had like the nicest guys being absolute arseholes as officers, and vice versa. It was really, really good film. I'm not sure if that's on there actually, but it's one that I've watched a while back. But it's actually based on a true story because you wanted to see how normal people would adjust.
Yeah, it's like a experiment type thing.
Yeah, Blondes has just come to my rescue again because I was wrecking my head trying to think the name of the series. But that World's Toughest Prisons. If you skip the first season, because the first season's about a journalist that goes into these prisons to see what they're really like. The second, third, and fourth, you've actually got an ex-con that goes into these prisons, and he spent time there, and he can relate to the prisoners and stuff. So if you go to watch it, start from season 2 onwards. But some of the stuff that you see on there, and they are just real life prisons. They throw them in there, lock them up, and all these got is this cameraman for backup type of thing, and then he swaps sides and sees it from the guard's point of view. So that's quite. But you were talking before about the watching those type of prison documentaries. Have you seen the killer ones, the serial killer ones?
I watched some of them.
I think the series called I'm a Killer, and there's one. I think it's the first one, first episode in that, and he goes, "Well, I asked him for a steak or something, and I didn't get it, and I threatened to kill me cellmate, so they didn't bring it over, and I killed him and ended up in solitary for it." So he was happy about it with smiles and everything, but these are like real life, like killers and like murderers and rapists and stuff like that, and they're just being interviewed, and some of them are really, really good.
Yeah, they are interesting, those kind of documentaries, aren't they? The other series that I had written down, obviously as a big Ricky Gervais fan, Afterlife is brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought the second one was a bit sad.
Yeah, well, they're all a bit sad, to be fair.
It was a bit more. The first one, he was a bit more comical about it, wasn't he? But the second one, it was like it's actually hit home that you know he's lost everything and stuff.
I think that was it for now.
I realised I've got 361 things in my instant queue.
You've got what?
361 things on my save queue.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That'll be like just looking at just the Netflix pages without like any filter on it.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot I've watched. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple like I hadn't got round to yet, but majority of them, yeah, I've watched them. But yeah, there's a lot of series.
Anything different to add for Netflix, like to watch or what not to watch?
Well, if I was to say movies, I would probably go with the sort of Netflix originals, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because there is, like you say, there is a lot of movies on there that, you know, I ain't seen that for a while, I'll shove it on. But what was I thinking then? That I was watching one. I forgot all about it, but it was is it I Am Mother?
Yeah.
So that's a good movie. That's
I didn't like that.
a human being raised by robots. I enjoyed that. I watched one the other day. I'm not sure if it's a Netflix original, but the Inheritance.
Oh no, I
That
haven't
was quite
seen
good.
that.
I've seen it advertised on there, but I haven't watched it yet.
Well, it's got him who plays Joe Swanson in Family Guy. He plays the dad in it, and then I'm just trying to think. And then you've got obviously Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg's in it. But the sort of premise is you've got like the upper class family, and the dad dies, and this solicitor daughter, she gets I think the son is like running for Congress or whatever, and he gets left 50 million, and she gets like 10 million, and this video and a key, I think it is, and it turns out to be a key for like an escape hatch thing, just where she used to play with her house in the woods, like a what they call it, I mean, playhouse in the woods, and underneath it there's Simon Pegg's character, and he's been down there for 30 years. And it's literally like that. He's been held captive by a dad, and it's sort of figuring out why that's happened. It's really good. I mean, the thing is that all that I've told you there, you'd find out by watching a trailer. To be fair, it's there's no secret with that, but it's got a few twists in it, and I enjoyed it. We mentioned before about El Camino. What did I watch the other day? The Old Guard. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Mark just mentioned that as well.
Yeah, The Old Guard. But again, primarily, unless you're watching Back to the Future, or I've just read that Spider-Man Into the Multiverse is on there.
Yeah, it's coming. It's still on there. Yeah, it's the 1st of November, I think.
That's a really good movie. I watched that the other day.
Yeah. So there's loads of good TV series and stuff, but there's also stuff on there like the Toys That Made Us and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Where they go through like the history of Lego. And,
you'd love that, Chris.
If you haven't seen any of that's worth a watch, because I think the first one's about Lego, then it goes on to Transformers, then the Turtles, then He-Man.
Here we go, Transformers. That's why he's watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's one on like the wrestling figures and all the different.
Yeah,
series on them.
I've made it in the different series and
really
what's worth the money and what's not worth the money, etc. Larna's just put in there about high score. So if there's any gamers out there that are interested in the history of games and Nintendo and Sega and stuff like that, and the gaming industry right away from start to finish, that's worth a watch. Obviously, it's got Netflix got all my Star Trek. I've watched. Yeah, of course, I've watched everything right the way through, all over again, just because I had nothing else to watch. Just like Chris watches Jurassic World all the time, you know.
Every other day.
Every other day.
The Back to the Future.
Only the first hour and 20 minutes, though.
You can't go past an hour and 20 minutes.
Earl's got to nudge him and wake him up.
But I was going to say, it's TV series predominantly, isn't it? I mean, TV series and documentaries, they're the things that I would tend to watch on there.
Some of the fitness stuff on there as well that they've got that one with The Rock in it. Fighting games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, if you watch like fighting games and stuff like that, which is like an American version of like the Gladiators and stuff like that, and there's a few of them that are quite good and to get into.
Did you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Another one I could get into.
Oh, brilliant! I love that.
I don't think I give it long enough, though. I give it about 3 episodes and then stopped.
Life on Mars.
Night's Life says, have you seen Ghost Town?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good film, that. I like that.
See, Dennis the Menace is on there now.
Yeah.
That's a classic from the 90s, that is.
What did we watch the other day? Problem Child. I haven't seen that
that's on
film
there,
in years, and that's on there now.
You got all the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, Demolition Man's just come back on again, hasn't it? That disappeared and come back on. I think it was a Queenie Conquest that was talking the other week about anime. We never got around to talking about it.
Yes.
There's a couple on there. That Attack on Titan's on there. I've watched that again. Baku is on. Have you seen the Godzilla films?
Which one?
3 of them: Godzilla 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, no.
And it's all about the human race goes up into orbit and stuff like that, and leaves Godzilla because he's radiated the planet, and then they come back down to try and reclaim the planet a couple, like 100 or so years later. They're well worth a watch.
I've not seen that. That sounds good.
Out of curiosity, have you two seen anything? Seen a program, a documentary called Fire, about the Fire Festival?
No.
Do you know what the Fire Festival is?
No.
Okay, so it's it was, you know, like your big festivals that they have over the summer. I think this one was done by, I want to say, Ja Rule, and this big entrepreneur guy put it together. It was for like the upper class and all the rest of it. This Fire Festival, and it goes on from sort of start to finish on how they put this thing together. But it was all on. It was like the festival that never happened. So they had all these people turn up to this festival was supposed to be on an island owned by Pablo Escobar. And it was all through. They got like invites through social media, like Twitter, like Instagram, and all that sort of stuff. All the influencers. That's really good because it literally how the whole thing fell apart. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I was just looking through. Then there's that. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed one called the Great the Dawn Wall. About some pardon me, about some free climbers, is it? You know, the ones that climb up without the ropes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
The Dawn Wall is in Yosemite, in America. And I think it's like one of the most difficult walls to climb up.
Is that the one up the side of El Capitan? Is it?
I think so. Yeah, the Dawn Wall. Yeah, there's 2 that came out. There's one called Solo or something like that, I think it's called, and then this one with the Dawn Wall. But I think this was 2 of them possibly going up, if I remember rightly. But it's really interesting, really good. Good documentary to watch that. If anybody's not seen it, so I think what else was really.
We need some suggestions for films to watch for the wheel.
Have you seen a film called The Marriage Story? Or Marriage Story?
No.
That was it came out last year, but it's got Scarlett Johansson in, and the husband is Kylo Ren. He played Kylo Ren.
Ben. I know who you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean, don't you? That was that. I really enjoyed that. That was a really good film. What's he called? But that's basically it's one where they're going through a relationship breakup, a marriage breakup. But I think that came out straight to Netflix. That was a really good movie to watch. If anybody's not seen that,
I suppose the biggest series that happened during lockdown for Netflix must have been Tiger King.
Oh god, yeah.
That came out just at the right time, didn't it, for everyone to binge watch something?
Did you watch the extra episode?
Yeah. Well, they were making another one, weren't they, about what's happened to it after he got sent away.
Adam Driver, yeah. Thank you, Michelle.
But there's all sorts of there was all sorts of series on around then that you probably wouldn't have thought about watching until you watched that, and then you thought you give some of the other ones a try.
It was just bizarre. It was so out of this world, really.
Well, the first episode was like what have I just watched?
Yeah.
You know, but then you had to watch the next one to see what the first one was all about.
It was good, that series. We literally watched one after the other after the other. I think we'd done it in like a couple of days. It was crazy.
Yeah, definitely binge watched it.
Mm.
I liked. Did you ever watch Orange Is the New Black? I enjoyed that.
Well, someone else mentioned that.
I think Tori mentioned it
Tori
before.
said that.
She just started watching that one.
Oh, if she's not just started it, I'm jealous because I really enjoyed that.
Mm.
Some really good characters in that. I was watching Beyond the Mat last night. I've seen it years ago.
Good. That's quite good. I watched it for the first time last week.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's quite an insight, but Money Heist, I had to binge watch that, as we said. Really enjoyed that. Super Mario Brothers 3, the cartoons on there. He likes them. I'm a little like watching that.
Oh, is that on Netflix? Is it?
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't go as far down as the cartoons. I know that sounds quite poor for me. I should really go down and watch some of the cartoons.
I think it came under like retro 90s or 80s or something. It's one of those, because you've watched Bloodsport, you must want to watch
Mario.
Mario, yeah. I think it was one of those jazzy things. I don't know where the algorithms come from on that, honestly. What else we got? Sherlock. That's another classic.
Yeah.
The Sherlock programs. Bodyguard. I really enjoyed that.
So I'm just watching back what I've watched recently. So I watched Now You See Me and Now You See Me Too. They were on there, so I thought I'd give them a watch. Hubie Halloween we turned off.
Oh yeah.
In a minute, mate.
That looked terrible.
Yeah, turned that off. The Karate Kid, watched that again. Call with Harry Belly. Harry Belly, yeah.
Say that again. What's she called?
Halle Berry.
There we go.
Yeah. She takes an emergency services call, doesn't she, about a kidnapping? And if you haven't seen that, that's quite good. That's made by WWE Productions, isn't it? The Call.
Yeah.
How
about Don't Fuck with Cats?
Now, yeah, we watched that. That was quite entertaining.
Leo, get down, please.
Ilona Holmes. I can't speak now. I've gone all tongue-tied. Larna, bring me another coffee, please.
The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
No.
Black Mirror.
Oh. Yeah.
Love Black Mirror. The Punisher.
Well, the series or the movies? The series. So I was all up for the Punisher. I've watched both series of that. I've watched all of Daredevil and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, and then I lost interest when they brought them all together as the Defenders.
Yeah, but I mean, the Punisher was brutal.
Yeah,
absolutely brutal.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's by far the best. I think. I don't think there's much more.
The Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher. Brutal as anything. Really good.
It's got thingy in it from The Walking Dead, the one that was sleeping with Rick's wife.
The main thing.
Is it John Bethel or someone?
Yeah, Ben Bethel.
Something like that. Yeah.
What's he called in bloody Walking Dead?
Oh.
Who are you talking about?
Rick's best mate.
No, Rick's best mate in the first season that was sleeping with.
Yes. Shane.
Shane. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Have you watched that? That's another good program.
No.
What's that?
He was weird in Fury. Yeah, I don't think he had his head screwed on in that film.
Have you got any films to add to our wheel for the random selector, Steve? Any recommendations, either weird or good or what? I'll tell you what I've got on here so far.
Yeah, show us your wheel.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to show you my wheel?
Yeah, show the wheel.
Right. Let's do that. So, here's what we've got so far. So, this is my suggestion for this week, and I've not watched it yet. It's Kentucky Fried Zombies.
Did we find Mandy in Netflix? Is that actually there?
It's not on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix. Right.
No,
okay.
I was searching for it. It's not on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
We've got Joysticks, which was suggested by Jason, and then I got these 3 films from the Facebook group: The Farm, I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle, and Mandy. So if you've got any others you want to add to the wheel for our homework this week, then let me know.
Just a quick one. What about Sunderland Till I Die?
What's that?
Have you watched that? You watched that one? The best thing about Sunderland Till I Die is the tune at the start.
What is it? A documentary?
Yeah, they've actually done 2 series of it. That's how bad it got.
Mm.
But it was literally the year that 2018. So it was the year that they got relegated again. So what they did is when they were in the championship, they were like, right, we'll put this together. It'll be a great story. And then literally went straight down to the next one.
Oh, I'm going to watch that now.
You're forgetting it's made by the club that ran a competition in the back of the program for whoever won it got a contract for the season after.
Yeah. Honestly, though, it's so bad. It's good. I mean, it's a good thing to watch. It's probably better than the Spurs one, to be fair.
Mm.
Just because all or nothing is they don't win anything anyway. But yeah, I watched that, and then it came up a couple of months back with like a second series. I was like, I'm watching that. And I watched that again. That was a good one.
Watched the Last Kingdom series that's on Netflix?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
It's on my watch list.
Adam Sandler has got probably about 50 movies out on Netflix at the moment, with another 2 about to be released.
Is that it?
The one that I would recommend would be The Do-Over. If you put that on the wheel, Chris.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll put that on because I've not watched that yet.
Yeah. That's only on for about an hour and 30 minutes, so you might be all right with that one.
Here we go. Goat Jazz says Operation Red Sea for the film Wheel, Japanese war film, was pretty good based on true events.
Oh, is this one that's subtitled?
Is it a subtitled one, Goat Jazz? Operation Red Sea.
To read at the best of times.
What do you guys think about subtitled films?
I don't mind them. It depends. It depends on what I'm doing while it's on. If I'm just watching a film, then I don't mind it. But if we're doing anything else and it's on in the background, then
obviously you can't, can you?
No. But one thing I have noticed about Netflix, though, it's automatically turning me subtitles on now when I'm watching something. I have to physically go in to turn them off.
Maybe that's something on your settings you need to look at.
Yeah.
So should we put Operation Red Sea on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Let's put it on the wheel. Operation... Oh, shit.
There's one that some people might not know. I think you guys have probably seen it, but Upgrade. That's a really good movie. That it sort of went under the radar a bit. That's on Netflix. Upgrade.
Does it have to be a bad movie? No, it doesn't have to be a bad movie, Michelle.
You've seen it, haven't you, Chris? Chris, you've seen it, haven't you?
Upgrade. Yeah, it was okay. That
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, not bad.
Police Academy's coming to Netflix on the 1st of November.
Oh, brilliant.
Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse is the 6th of November. Ninja Assassin's quite a good film. That's coming on from the 1st of November.
Is this, Johnny says, is this for a watch-along or is it home? It's just homework, Johnny. So if you guys, anyone in the chat, anyone watching, wants to also watch the film that we're going to randomly select on the Wheel of Names, then you can do, and we'll have a chat about it next week.
Hey, there's a program, like a documentary, I'm guessing, called The Power of Grayskull. The definitive. I haven't watched it yet.
The definitive story of He-Man, isn't it?
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I've got it on watch list.
I think I've seen a bit of that. I didn't finish watching it though. Troll 2 is a classic bad movie.
Richie Rich is coming out on the 1st of November.
Michelle's mentioned Troll 2. Should we put it on the wheel?
Go for it. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Should we put 1 on there as well, though? Like Troll 1 and 2. It'll have to be a double whammy.
Do you need to watch the first one to understand the second one? I haven't seen either, so I don't know.
Haven't either. Let's put Troll 2 on.
Yeah, it's good night like that.
It's building up this wheel.
There's a program on Netflix, a Netflix original called What If. I watched that. That was good. It's like it says, desperate to secure funding for a med tech startup, an idealistic scientist and her husband strike an outrageous deal with a mysterious investor, and the investor's Renee Zellweger. But it's like Indecent Proposal.
Lance, was that series you watched about the French bombings on Netflix, or was that on BBC? Channel 4, sorry. The Paris bombings.
There was a film about it, wasn't there?
Yeah, this is like a 3-part documentary from the people that were held up in the nightclub and stuff like that, and their take on what happened. And they interviewed a load of the emergency services and stuff like that about what they saw, and you listen to some of the calls coming in from people when they were shooting people in the streets and stuff. So it was quite a good little series.
Is that a Netflix job?
Well, that's what I'm just asking. I just asked her then, is it on Netflix?
Right. Shall we select the film for next time? Let's do it.
Yeah,
come on, man.
You ready for this? I've jazzed this up. This is exciting, this now. You ready? Let me just put this on here. Right. Here we go. We've got a few films on there. Obviously, we'll only pick one, but we'll leave the others on for next time. We'll keep building it up. So here we go. Let's see which one we're going to pick.
The anticipation. Oh, it's running smooth there, Chris. Look at it go.
Oh, it's going to be The Farm, is it? Stop then. Stop.
The Farm it is.
The Farm.
The Farm.
Okay, what's that about?
Someone suggested it in the Facebook group. Oliverine's looking it up now, The Farm. It is. I think I went and watched the trailer of it previously, but it's something about some people get kidnapped or something and then get put in cages and treated like farm.
Oh my god! They've got them sort of they've got them sort of masks on that you'd see in like The Purge.
Right.
All right. Okay. What's it on? Is it on any of the streaming, or have I got to find it via other means?
You're gonna have to just find it.
Okay.
Find it however way you can.
2018. Budget 25 million.
Really?
Oh, so it's good then, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hang on, let's have a look at the runtime. Is it past Chris's?
Oh, I don't even know where you're getting this from. Where are you even getting this rubbish from?
Oh, it's a horror. That's always good. I need to know the runtime now. I doubt it's going to be a 3-hour movie. Do you?
No. Larna says that
There you
series.
go.
Larna says that series is called November 13. The one about the Paris bombings, the Paris attacks.
Yeah.
Right. The tagline.
Oh my god! I got. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect.
It's an hour and 19 minutes. An hour and 20. There you go.
Get in there. You can't beat that. Right, everybody, everyone in the chat, that is the film you need to go away and watch for next time. The Farm, 2018.
Do you know you were just talking about the Purge masks then?
Yeah.
Have you seen the series The Purge?
No, I haven't watched it.
No.
That's quite good, you know.
I think the thing is, it's like the movies. You know, the first one, I was like, this is quite a good idea. This is, you know, it's quite a novel sort of thing. But then after they started chucking even more of them out, I just got bored of it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The first one was good.
That election year, I think that was the third one, wasn't it?
It just went too far, didn't it? It was just like they screwed it to death, didn't they?
Yeah, well, this is it. It's about finding movies nowadays that are more of an original idea, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like a lot of the franchises, though, isn't it?
Mm.
You know, it's the Aliens, Terminator, Jurassic Park. They've got no interesting spin on it, so they're going back and causing their own problems with the original films.
I think the thing is, if you look at something like Jurassic Park, though, you know, they were, when the new ones came out, I think they were at the right time. I think it was something that they could share with the next generation.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Whereas when you look at like the Terminator movies, it just got worse.
Yeah. How many times are they going to send the Terminator back before the original movie, or have the original Terminator now that must be 30 years out of date compared to the latest one they're going to send this time round? And if you look at the continuity issue that they caused with Dark Fate, that they had to kill off John Connor.
Yeah.
Spoiler, if anyone's not seen it. Then
bit late now, mate.
Bit late now, yeah. But they've had to change the whole history of the franchise now because they've run out of ideas.
There you go. Night's Life has watched your trailer. He said it looks good. So we're on to a winner here, guys.
We're on to a winner.
What I want to know is Tori going to watch it? Because she doesn't tend to watch anything that's horrific. So Tori needs to watch it.
I think Guns has been missing for the last hour or so. He's asked us to recommend something good for him to watch on Netflix.
Who's that?
Guns OG.
Depends what you want, mate. I mean, I'm more documentaries, really.
We've gone through tons of stuff, Guns. You've missed it, most of it.
If all else fails, just watch like Back to the Future. Or Jurassic Park.
Just whatever you do, don't watch Star Trek because they're all the same.
On a serious note, though, Chris, have you watched the cartoon yet? The Gracious Camp.
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
What do you think of that?
It's all right.
It's
not bad.
I actually quite enjoyed that. I preferred that than Jurassic World. You got the gist of what was happening in Jurassic World while you're watching an episode of that.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. The little cartoon. I've only watched a couple of episodes, but it's all right. There you go. Matt says try Greyhound on Netflix. Tom Hanks. Yeah, that's quite a good film. That.
Okay, I'll add that to the list now. Then
that's worth watching, definitely. Oh, have we got a new guest?
What?
Has Damien finished his tea and he's actually joining us?
Never.
No.
Oh, so it's not Damien.
What are you talking
No.
about? Leo, then?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just chilling out watching his iPad.
What's he watching?
Indents. So he likes watching like the start of TV programs or adverts over and over again.
Okay.
You know, like your ITV indent and stuff like that.
All right, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I'm just looking at me continue watching. So I've got Lost in Space because the new season's out in January. Got The Fall. And I've got White Collar. So if you like your alarm, just turn the light on. If you've got
you have yours on, mine's been turned off.
So if you like your suit, you'd love White Collar because it's near enough the same thing. And what was it? Red Dwarf. Started watching Red Dwarf again.
Bloody hell. I never watched that.
You've never watched Red Dwarf?
Do you not find like a lot? Oh, have you watched The Stranger?
I tried to.
I enjoyed that. I thought that was good.
It was all right. It was all right, that.
Do you not find like a lot of the movies though? They're so in depth into like embedded into the search.
Hmm.
You know, it's not. You go through like the lists and lists of things that are on there, and you never find them unless you just actually search. So you get the same stuff come up all the time.
But this is what I was saying before you came on, that there's so much stuff on Netflix that you've got to scroll down about 10 menus down and then scroll across about 15 things to get anything that is worth a watch that you've not already seen.
Yeah, it does repeat itself a lot.
Yeah.
But there's actually a lot more on there than they're showing, you know what I mean? So
right,
well, that's how we found a lot of the prison stuff that we were watching, because we just scroll past all the stuff that's already been on normal TV and Sky and everything else, and we came across that.
Red Dwarf. Queenie says we just watched it again with the kids. Thought it was ace.
Queenie,
Maybe I should try it. Right, I think we need to decide what next week's subject is going to be. So, let me share the screen.
Movies that are only an hour and 20 minutes.
I might put that. If you're not careful, I'm going to put that on the list. Right, here we go. So I've got all kinds of different subjects here.
Now we know why Cookie and the Haydens is only an hour and a half long on a Monday night.
Exactly, yes. Right, are we ready? We'll find out what we're doing next time. Let's go.
Oh, I thought it was free choice. I didn't realise you'd already.
All right, yeah.
You'd already decided what we were doing, Chris.
Yeah, what were the options first?
No, you just have to wait and see.
Sci-fi.
Oh, no.
Stop.
No. Yes.
The 80s.
It is, yes.
The 80s movies.
Stay.
Brilliant.
Stay.
Two Men and a Little Lady and Look Who's Talking and all that stuff.
Oh,
Anything
in Chris's world, like Back to the Future.
Yes.
You can't talk about Jurassic Park, that's for sure.
The 80s it is next week. So, guys, if you want to tune in next week, we're going to talk about anything.
Remember the 80s, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah. Well, not really, because I'm only 30. So.
Put out his last video that he was 30. Come on.
Chris was 30 in the 80s. Oh, wow. Films like War Games and all that. Then.
Oh, don't ruin
anything
about it.
Anything you want to chat about 80s.
Oh, I'm definitely all over that.
Transformers the movie.
Oh, God.
Thing is, we don't really need to watch much, do we? We just need to turn up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Optimus Prime's death scene in Transformers the movie. If anyone's not seen it, YouTube it now.
Another one ruined.
Yeah, spoilers now for next week's show.
See, Jason. See, you still haven't watched that, Chris.
No.
You preach about what we have to watch, yet you won't sit down and watch Street Fighter.
You were saying
You
that
haven't
you were
even
going to watch it because of Kylie Minogue.
Hang on. I'd definitely still watch Street Fighter over that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought you were rushing to watch it because of Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shall I put it on the wheel for next time?
Never know.
No,
you can do it as your own work.
Yeah, you haven't done your homework from week 1, so don't have a go at us for not doing last week.
What are you on about?
I can remember you saying you were so impressed with Mortal Kombat
that you were going to watch Street Fighter.
You're going to go and watch Street Fighter.
I actually think I didn't say that, to be honest with you.
I think you need to watch it back because I think you were dead convincing. You had us convinced.
Michelle says, "Have you seen Valley Girl with Nick Cage?"
Oh, is that a new one?
Not heard of that.
The thing is that some of Nick Cage's stuff recently has been a lot better than what he's done previously.
I tell you what, Belle, if you've got all the way through that, because we turned that off about 20 minutes in.
I'm so glad she's watched that without me because the trailer looked terrible.
It's like he's bringing back anyone that's ever played any part in any of his movies and threw him in.
Breakdance 1 and 2. Queenie, when's that from? That just reminds me of those dance movies that came out a few years ago.
Michelle says Valley Girl is from the 80s.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at something. Ironically, there's something from 2020, but I think it's a TV series on Prime.
Yeah.
But it's chargeable, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy doing my homework for next week now.
Oh, it's going to be difficult, isn't it?
Well, don't forget you've got The Farm to watch and The Walking Deceased.
Oh, and Grease 2 was in 1982, so that's all we need to talk about. Brilliant.
I'm going to enjoy doing my homework for next week.
Right. Should we call time on today's show?
Yeah, can do, guys. I've got to get him to sleep.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for coming on.
No, well, now he's turned the light off anyway. I'm back in the dark again.
Well, thanks both of you for coming on again. And
no worries.
Thank you for having us.
It's been awesome. Thank you. Thanks everyone in the chat.
Yeah. Thanks.
It should be a fun one next week.
Yeah, and I look forward to see all your recommendations in the Facebook group.
Hang on, so we've still got to watch the zombie one, and we've got to watch the farm.
The farm.
And Chris has got that plus Street Fighter. Was there anything else we wanted him to watch? Do you remember?
Well, I've asked him to watch all 5 Jurassic Park films and make notes about why they're not direct copies or remakes.
What makes them different?
Yeah.
No, there was something else he'd not watched, and I wanted to pull him on it. I can't remember now. Well, we'll remember it for next week.
Was it one of the ones from last week?
I think so. Yeah, I think there was something. He was like, "I've never seen that." What do you mean you've never seen it? Oh, it's gonna bug me now. I might have to watch them back. I'm sure they're only an hour and 20 minutes each.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good week, everyone.
Bye.
See you all next week for the 80s. Back to the 80s.
You'll be dressing up, won't you, Chris?